When you first log into Alchemed with the practice license key and the master password, you will be presented with a checklist of the items that you should have at hand to speed up the process of setting up the practice. Once you have reviewed this list, press the Got It button. You will then arrive at the Setup wizard. The first item to set up is the organization. Press the Advanced Setup. You will be presented with the organization setup screen where you should contact details of the organization such as name, address, telephones, contacts, emails, bank account details, etc. Once done, press the Save button. Once you have saved the company information, press the back menu item. The next item to set up is your company logo. This should be a PNG or JPEG file. The dimensions are no bigger than 10 cm by 5 cm and no smaller than 5 cm by 2 cm. For the company logo setup item, press the Quick Setup button. You will be prompted with a little screen to allow you to upload the file. Press the Upload File button. You will be prompted with a little screen to allow you to upload the file. Press the Upload File button. Browse to your company logo file, press Open and then press Confirm. Your company logo should now be applied. The next item to set up are the practices contracts. Many practices only have a single terms and conditions, but the practice may also have other contracts such as POPI consent for communication, payment terms and any other contract relevant to the practice. To add these practice documents to Alchemed, they need to be in PDF format. If the original PDFs had a place to sign with a wet signature, this part of the document should be removed since Alchemed will be digitally signing the documents. If you only have one practice terms and conditions, click the Quick Setup option. Press the Upload File button, browse to your PDF file, press Open and then press Confirm. If you have more than a single practice terms and conditions, you can choose the Advanced Setup option. There you will see there is place for a number of other contracts to be applied. The next step is to set up the clinicians in the practice. To do this under Clinician Setup, press the Advanced Setup button. You will land on the Manage Users page. For each clinician, press the New button in the top right corner, enter the clinician's name, enter a strong password, confirm the password, enter the clinician's email address and press Add User. If the clinician is required to have master privileges, which is usually the case in a practice, make sure that you set the Master Privileges option on. Then press the Add User button. For clinicians you should also assign a digital signature image file to each clinician. To do this, press the Add Signature button and browse to the signature file. Signature files should generally have been created with a scanner rather than taking a photo. Photos generally have shadows that do not blend well into the documents. When you have selected the digital signature, you will also be prompted to enter a title and a name for the doctor. This is placed underneath the signature in any scripts, sick notes or forms that it is used in. Repeat the process for all clinicians. When done, press the Back button to go back to the wizard. The next step will be the Practice Manager setup. Press the Advanced Setup. Again, you will land at the user configuration screen where you will set up the practice managers. You do this exactly the same as you did for the clinicians, but for the practice managers, be sure to set on the as practice admin user. Also, if you do not want a practice manager to have full master privileges in the system, make sure that this is checked off. Repeat the process for all practice managers and then press the Back button. The final part of the setup is creating forms for the practice. There are two types of forms, generally referred to as internal forms and external forms. External forms are forms that are created with the intention of a patient filling them in outside of the practice. An internal form is a form generally captured by the clinician, for example an operation form. An external form for a patient is usually a questionnaire, such as a shoulder questionnaire for an orthopedic surgeon that performs shoulder operations. To set up forms, choose the Advanced Setup option. You will land at the Form Builder screen. There are a number of options for setting up a form. You can add a new form and manually add all of the fields to the form. Alternatively, if you have a Word or PDF version of a questionnaire, you can copy this text, choose the form generator, paste it into the generation text box, choose Try to use field types and press Generate Form. This should provide a good starting point for the form. Press the Save That One button. Give the form a name, such as Shoulder Questionnaire. Press the OK button. You will now be presented with the form in the Form Builder where you can make changes to the form fields or the form itself. For more information on using the Form Builder, please watch the video provided at the top left corner of the Form Builder module. When you are done, press the Save button. Repeat this process for any other forms that you may have. Your practice is now ready to start using Alchemed. To get started, log out and log back in with your created username and password. Thank you for watching this video. We wish you many saved hours and practicing better medicine with Alchemed.